Hi everyone, we are Team Green Dan and the topic of our presentation is ecosystem restoration and green cities. Our presentation mainly contains 4 parts: challenges, strategies, applications, and conclusion. There are 4 basic fundamental things about planning a green city. Its architecture should be environmentally friendly, its transportation should emit low carbon, it should rely on renewable sources of energy, and there should be enough green spaces and urban farming. Architecture is an integrating part of a city. The buildings of a green city should have enough green spaces, and high rise buildings in cities are often a cause of urban hinterland effect. If we can cover the buildings with materials like moss or creeping plants, this will reduce the light reflectance. As a result, both the inside and outside of the buildings will be cooler. Studies shows a building covered with moss or creeping plants is 5 to 10 degrees Celsius cooler than the buildings receives direct sunlight. Transportation plays a very important role in cities. High-speed transportation can reduce pressure over central business district (CBD) if people are able to move from their workplace to their house within minimum possible times. This will reduce the overall impact over cities. For example, China. Though it is the most populous country in the world, it has built a world-class transportation system. Its bullet train track covers up more than 30,000 kilometers. As a result, mass movement has become easier. A city to be a green city, it should reduce its carbon footprints. Traditional energy sources uses fossil fuels to generate gasolines, electricity, diesels, which are the main sources of our energy. A green city should rely on green energy sources like solar power or wind energy, water energy, but if they are bound to use fossil fuels and cannot shift right now, they should at least build the energy generation station outside of the cities. Rapid urbanization is causing people to migrate towards cities. Currently, more than 50% of the world population live in cities, and it is estimated by 2050 at least 70% of the then population will live in cities. And as the cities are mainly or occasionally consumers, they do not produce their agricultural items. By urban farming, the needs of a city can be fulfilled by the production within it, and also it will restore the urban biodiversity. Urban biodiversity is often adversely affected by unplanned development. Urban farming can play a very important role here in restoring the environment and ecosystem in cities. Cities face many challenges in terms of environmental impacts due to population migration towards cities and rapid urbanization. Along with accommodation issues and healthcare issues, the main challenges in terms of environmental impacts that a city faces are bad air quality. More than 80% of the people living in urban areas are exposed to air quality that exceeded WHO guidelines. Access to clean water. Rapid urbanization and groundwater level depletion make a scarcity of clean water in cities. Urban biodiversity. Often, for development purposes, its environment and ecosystem are adversely affected. Waste management. On average, 0.5 tons of garbage are produced by urban dwellers that adds up greenhouse gases to the environment. Noise pollution. 20% of the people living in cities live nearby areas where sound is injurious to health. Architectural strategies for green cities. Green space. A high-rise building should have enough green space. A high-rise building can be covered with green roofing and vertical covering. Underground utility. Utilities like electricity line, internet lines should be underground. Biodiversity protection in cities because of development, environment, and ecosystem is adversely affected, and biodiversity protection should be a priority. Transportation strategies that can be applied in green cities. Often, because of transportation, cities get more polluted, mainly by using combustible engines. Combustible engines in vehicles, which emits gases like carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, pollutes the air. High-speed transportation within cities can reduce carbon footprint. Also, there can be commuter cities, which will act like an actual city and reduce the pressure over the main city. And this can only be possible if the transportation is good. Management in cities. Most of the time, cities find it difficult in managing their wastages. 0.5 tons of garbages are produced every year by an average city dweller. We can make the city dwellers aware of reduce, reuse, and recycle processes. Proper waste dumping. Often cities find it difficult to dump their wastages properly, and it becomes a curse by adding up greenhouse gases to the environment. Saying no to plastic. Using plastic, polythene, and straws should be reduced to have a positive impact on the environment. Access to clean water. Clean and drinkable water scarcity is becoming adequate in cities. We can restore the scenarios by some policies like surface water usage, wastewater treatment, and seawater treatment. A convenient way is to treat the seawaters, as 71% of the earth consists of seawater. Two methods of very few available ones for purifying the seawaters are desalination and electrodialysis. In desalination process, reverse osmosis process is used to make the water salt free, and in electrodialysis process, oppositely charged electrode is used to make the water sodium ion and calcium ion free and make it drinkable. Noise pollution. About 20% of the city dwellers live nearby areas where noise pollution is at maximum level, which is injurious to health. Necessary initiatives like installing noise cancelling instruments and special sound protecting windows can help restore the scenario. Air quality index often indicates how environmentally friendly a city has been planned. Air is mostly contaminated by microparticles from construction sites. Covering up construction sites and materials can refrain constituents from being mixed up with the air. We can think of a city to be environmentally friendly and a green city if and only if the challenges that are mentioned above in slides are tackled properly. Thank you, everyone.